Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to be making a pants. I'm going to be using this pants. So I'm taking my seam ripper. I'm just going to be separating all of the sections. So I will have the left front and back, and I will have the right front and back. So I'm going to be using this fabric. It's 1 1/4 yards black linen. And as you can see, I laid the pieces down, pinned and cut. I made sure to label the pieces as well. So I have left front and back, right front and back, and I also cut the pockets, and I cut one back pocket as well, and some strips. There they are. So first I'm gonna be working on the front section so I can put in the pockets at the sides. So as you can see there, I'm just making my measurements for where the pockets are gonna be going, and I cut some little notches. So that's where the pocket is gonna be going. I use the big piece of the strips that I created. Now, this what I'm actually doing right here that you guys can see is actually what you do if you're gonna be making the pocket a different fabric. So let's say you're making the inside of the pocket a little bit different. So you're using a different type of fabric. You usually have to add on that little piece that you just saw me stitch down there. Now for the pocket, I stitched it on one side and then I turned it to the other side. I made sure to poke out the edges, and I gave it a flat stitch to reinforce the pocket. Okay, so I'm just going to be measuring 3 inches up from there. It's just the signal where I'm going to be starting to put down the pocket so I can match things up. So you guys can see that side. I'm going to turn it over on the other side. It will help me to stitch a little bit better. So I'm giving it a straight stitch going all the way down. So that would be the pocket, the little piece that I put on, and the actual side of the pants. I flip that over and you guys can see what that looks like. So now I'm going to be giving it a flat stitch to hold it down. So that's the little piece that I'm doing a flat stitch. So you actually tuck those little edges in so you don't see the raw edges. So that is what it looks like. So now I'm gonna be giving the top stitch, giving a top stitch to all 3 pieces. So all 3 layers will lay flat. So that is what it looks like, and you can see it's just like where the pocket is going to be, so it shapes out. And remember, as I said, the little piece that I put on, it's only for if your pocket is like a different type of fabric. So I'm repeating it to the next side. Give it a straight stitch. Trim up. And once again, I turned the raw edges in and I gave that little piece a flat stitch. Remember, you have to tuck the little edges in so you don't see the raveling, and you just give it a flat stitch, and that is what it would look like. here I'm just matching up the sides, and I'm gonna be giving them a stitch going down. So I'm just doing the stitch going down now. So once the stitch is done, you just trim up, and that is what it's supposed to look like. You guys can see that. So now you have your pocket. I went ahead and I did the same thing to the other side, so now both side pieces at the front will have the pocket. Now we're moving on to the back. So this is the little back pocket. I fold the top around 1/2 inch, and I made sure to bend about 1/4 inch and give that a flat stitch. Okay, so now I went ahead and I made some little markings going all the way around. I then press the edges going all the way around. I pinned it down on the center of the back, and this is just where I want the pocket to go. I gave it a flat stitch going all the way around, and this is what it looks like. So now we're gonna be joining our back pieces and front pieces together. So I take one. So if you guys are gonna be doing if you're working on your left, then you work on the front and the back left together. You stitch those together on both sides. But just look at how nice the pocket looks on that side, and you repeat the stitch to the inner section. So you pin and you do your stitch. So this is what it looks like, and also I did the same to the other sides. So now I have both left and right pieces together. So what I did was to start pinning from the crotch. So I put the seams together and I pin. Make sure that you have the seams for the crotch matching up with each other, and you pin. You're gonna be stitching on your wrong side, of course. So I pinned all the way around to make sure that it is accurate, because you really need to make sure that the crotch lines up. So this is what it would look like. So then I went ahead and I did my stitching. So this is what it would look like, and you guys can see how well the crotch looks. The seams are all together. So now we're going to be working on the bottom. So that's the bottom, the foot of the pants. Need to get those stitch going all the way around. So you turn 1/2 inch first, and then you turn 1/2 inch again, and you give it a flat stitch going all the way around on both pieces. I then took my measurement for my elastic. So for me, I'm working with a 1 inch elastic, so I made sure to go 2.5 inches wide. So I fold my elastic in 4 equal parts, as you can see. So what I did, at each quarter, I put a pin to mark it, because where I have each of the pins, I'm going to be matching up the pins with each of the seams. So you're going to have a pin falling at both sides of the side seams. So one on one side seam, one on the other side seam. You're gonna have one pin falling in the middle at the front and also at the back. But remember, the elastic is actually open, so you're gonna close your elastic first, and then you're going to be matching it up with the seam that section would fall on. So you will have your elastic going equally around the top of the pants. So when you're actually sewing and you're pulling on the elastic, it will make it go freely, so you know each quarter of the elastic will only be designated for that area, so you will have even gathering going right around the pants. Now when you're stitching going around, make sure to turn the edge. Remember, you at this point I actually made all of the marks, so I know where to turn, and I know the bottom line that I'm following, and I know my top line, so I know how much I'm bending over. I make sure to pull on the elastic as I stitch, so I have it going really well. I do a bottom stitch and I do a top stitch as well, so it looks a little bit more professional when it's done. I then moved on to my strings. I then attached a pin to the string. I created an opening at the top section at the front seam of the pants, and I inserted my string going all the way around. So once it's done, this is what it actually looks like. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.